On the Water has been brought to you by
Here we are with Frank Ryan from the Port of Echuca. Now, the historic Port of Echuca, the way this has been maintained, I'm sure that maintaining this is a huge job to be able to get the tourists down here to have a look at, you know, how the river was run in the days of old.
Yes, it's very important to ensure that the boats and the wharf and the whole area are very well maintained. We have a capital works program to make sure that that happens. We're about to spend $2.8 million on the wharf. Thanks to the council and some government grants, both federal and state, we're about to undertake that. We're also setting up a Port of Echuca Conservation Trust, and we're looking for private industry and large companies to contribute to that for a tax benefit.
Well, so if you're a private industry or a large company and you're looking for tax benefits, jump into the Port of Echuca and help maintain this historical village or historical port. It is absolutely brilliant. Frank, thanks very much for being on the water.
Thank you.
Yeah, 100 years ago, vessels didn't have any way of signalling other vessels coming downriver. The only way was by steam whistle, and they set up various codes. If you needed to take your vessel to the port side of the river, you'd give 2 blasts. Also, if you needed to go to the starboard side, you give 1 blast. If you were coming around a blind bend to let other vessels know, you'd give one long blast. And also for reverse, there's 3 short blasts.
Okay, here we are with Kevin Hutchison, shipwright on the Alexander Argonaut and a few of the other vessels that ply the Murray here these days for, in fact, the tourist trade. How many vessels used to ply their trade on the Murray in the days of old?
Probably at one stage would have about 220, but over the period there was about 350. But yeah, some come before the others were built. And
now the Alexander Arbuthnot, tell us a bit about the history of that.
The Alexander Arbuthnot is the very last paddle boat built in the paddle steamer era. It was built in 1923. We have the Adelaide there, was built in 1866. Is about the 3rd or 4th one built from the start.
So, when you're rebuilding these boats, are you using traditional methods?
Yes, they're all, a lot of the timber's cut with adze or yet hand saws and things. It's a bit of power tool work, but we use square nuts and bolts and things on the boat here, and make sure we use no tech screws or anything like that, and they're all hand corked.
So trying to keep it as traditional as possible.
Yep, exactly.
What sort of speed do you get going upriver?
Going upstream about 6 miles an hour, and coming down they got up to 10 or 12.
Now, you're saying earlier off camera that the beauty of the paddle steamer is that in their era, everything they used to run them was a renewable resource.
That's right, yeah, the trees growing all the time. They used to pick up the river water and use it and condense it back in the atmosphere so that didn't get lost.
Right, we'd like to thank Kev Hutchison for being on the water. It's been a fantastic morning on the Murray, on the Alexander Arbuthnot, and I'd suggest you get up to Echuca and have a look at the workmanship that this man has done in rebuilding some of these boats up here. They are absolutely a work of art. So if you're doing nothing next weekend, get up to Echuca, and we'd like to thank the Port of Echuca and Kev Hutchison. Thanks again.
Righto, thank you.
When they said have a go, I didn't expect them to be making it stoke the boiler.
On the Water has been brought to you by